assistant, as a consultant, a Dutch pilot, aircraft engineer. He also became a Muslim. He took the name Burak. He took Shahada in our university. One of them is the daughter of a priest who is a graduate student. She also became a Muslim. They were listening to our brother Osman. Her father was also at home. They were listening together. He also listened to that sermon. After that, he calls that great priest and says, "From which book did you learn this? You changed my life. I was an agnostic. Now I started believing in God again." This is very interesting. It is the belief in the afterlife. In the way we understand it, the concept of afterlife does not exist in Christianity or Judaism. There was a strict Orthodox Christian. I have probably explained this before. It's such a sweet event. His family is also Orthodox. He has cancer and is about to die. He has listened to the live broadcast of our brother Osman. He said, "Bring him." Osman went to him and answered all his questions about Islam. He was very sick. After that, he said, "I will become a Muslim." His whole family was against it. Orthodox are the strictest Christians. This man then persistently called brother Osman and in time became a Muslim. He took his Shahada in Ulu Mosque, Turkey. Then he passed away a day later. Once again, this person's conversion to Islam had a huge impact on us. The other one is when Burak became a Muslim, whom Elon Musk insistently wanted as an assistant, as a consultant, a Dutch pilot, aircraft engineer. He also became a Muslim. He took the name Burak. He took Shahada in our university. He said, "I am an investigative person and I am a child of a religious family. I have traveled to many Islamic countries. But when I asked questions about Islam, they always gave me complex books about Islam. But they didn't appeal to me." He says, "I always sadly threw away the books they gave me." He continues, "There was a question I was looking for. I wonder if science is against religion." He asked to Osman, "What do you think about belief in the afterlife?" Then he says to me, for the first time, I came across Bediüzzaman Said Nursi's book, The Words. And when I was listening to Osman in a program about the resurrection, I couldn't resist and immediately said, I must meet with Burak. And we recommended him to read the second station of the 20th word. Burak read the whole thing in a week and came back, became a Muslim. Another important event is student associations of 7 major universities organized a program via Zoom, so 150 listeners are ready to ask questions. But 1,500 people were watching it that evening. Later, many people also watched the program. One of them is the daughter of a priest who is a graduate student. She also became a Muslim. They were listening to our brother Osman. Her father was also at home. They were listening together. It's an interesting thing. Our friends gave the letters, the book of Said Nursi, to another priest. While reading it, he came to the 17th letter. Consolation of the death of a child. The man was shocked. It talks about both belief in the afterlife and what happens to children after death. And the chapter is full of amazing verses and explanations about these. Wildanun mukhalladun. There is the mention of eternal children. I mean, this was a great event. Then the priest loved it. And because there was COVID-19 at that time, there was no physical church attendance. They were doing sermons via Zoom. The following Sunday, the priest teaches the consolation of the death of a child from the 17th letter to the Christians who were listening. I mean, he did not say this is from Bediüzzaman Said Nursi. Did not say this is from this book or that. It was just the text of the sermon. He also listened to that sermon. After that, he calls that great priest and says, "From which book did you learn this? You changed my life. I was an agnostic. Now I started believing in God again. What else can I say? I think this is enough."